So today I'm going to be helping you guys with a bad team or with no MT, or if you just started my team, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to go 12-0, or like what's the best odds, what's the best chances that you're going to go 12-0, how to win more games, how to lose less. So basically for the first tip, I'm just going to say no matter what you're going to do, always run with the 10-man lineup, 5 on your starters, 5 on your bench, and just swap them back and forth. You don't need any more than that. So for your last 3 players, you should always be using bronzes because they're going to lower your overalls. Hopefully, I mean, the best case scenario, you guys can use 368 overalls. I only have 268 overalls, but yeah, 68 overalls is just going to lower your team's overall. Like my team overall right now is at 89. If I were to throw in this Brandon Roy, my team overall jumps to a 91, and that's going to make me match up against a lot of better players. So that's the first step. You want to use 3 bronzes at the end of your bench, or you know, if you think you can run with less players, find a way to get rotations, or if you don't do rotations manually, you can have the coach do it for you. You can run with more bronze players, probably 9-man lineup, 8-man lineup, maybe even a 7-man lineup, but I'd say 10 is the perfect balance, so you can always have players that have energy. And now I just want to say, you want to try to run, I'd say go for an all Ruby squad. I know I don't have an all Ruby squad, and I'm going to show you guys why. For your point guard, I'm just going to say pick a Ruby point guard, or if you're going to pick someone who's not Ruby, I'd say this Amethyst Shaq right here, he's worth it not being Ruby because he's going to compete with almost any tier of a center. And this Lance Stevenson, he's worth not being Ruby. I have these 2 cards right here because they're the newest cards, and I made a video on them. This Jaleel Okafor has 15 Hall of Fame badges. Eric Pascal, 17. So yeah, they're worth it for being those Amethyst players because most other Amethysts in the game aren't going to be better than them, and it's unlikely we're going to go up against someone who's going to outmatch these cards. So I have Kenny Walker. He's a really good card. He has 6 Hall of Fame badges, and what makes him good is that he has clamps, he has quick first step, and he has catch and shoot. Basically, you want all of your players to have clamps. If you don't have a player who has clamps, you're going to really regret it because you're going to get exposed on defense. So all of these players have clamps except for, I think, George Mirzon. But yeah, George Mirzon, I don't think you need him to have clamps. I would say if you're a budget player, get to the Sapphire board and put George Mirzon on your team because he is really worth it. He's 7'7" and he's super glitchy. So yeah, George Mirzon is one card that you gotta pick up. Another card you gotta pick up is this Thon Maker right here at power forward. He's super glitchy, 7 foot tall. He has quick first step. He has 6 Hall of Fame badges, and yeah, post move lockdown. I don't even know if he has range extender. Yeah, I don't think he has clamps, but you don't really need him on a power forward. That's the only exception that you can make. Thon Maker is worth it because of what he can do on offense, and he can play defense because he's 7 feet tall. At the shooting guard position, you guys can run with the Ruby shooting guard. I would say put at least 1 player in your lineup that you feel comfortable, that you can score almost every possession with. I have this Matthias Bull because he's super good on defense. That's why I have him in my lineup. He's gonna boost my whole team overall on defense because he has clamps, defensive leader, and yeah, I made a video on him too earlier today, so go check that out. But for my suggestions at point guard, if you guys have Dion Waiters, he's probably the best Ruby point guard in the game. But if you don't have him, there's some new options that came out in the Campus Legends packs. This Dante DiVincenzo, he's elite. He's 6'4", 99 on defense, 85 on offense. He has quick first step, catch and shoot, tireless defender, and he has clamps on Hall of Fame. Also has pickpocket and 26 other gold badges. Let me just see, range extender and floor general. So yeah, he's a really good option. And another good option that a lot of people don't use is Jarrett Culver. He's a small forward / point guard, so he can also play the point guard position. And yeah, it would be good if you played him at small forward, but he's a little undersized, so I wouldn't really run him. So if you have a more defensive lineup, I would say go with Jarrett Culver. More offensive, go with Dante DiVincenzo because of the different things that they do. He has quick first step on Hall of Fame, and he has clamps on gold. What else does he have? I'm not sure if he has floor general. Yeah, no floor general on him and no range extender, but he's also really good. That height advantage makes a huge difference against anyone you play against. So I would say the number one option would be Jarrett Culver. Number two would be Dante DiVincenzo. And if you don't have Dante DiVincenzo, I'd say go with, where is he? He's a shooting guard / point guard. Dion Waiters is also amazing. But I'm going to be using Jarrett Culver from now on because of the sheer height advantage he gives. Now, small forward, I'd say pick up Kenny Walker. You could also use Jeff Green. He's also really good. Or, you could pick your small forward position to have your, elite card. Another card that's elite. Let me see. Ben Simmons. If you put him in, he's going to get a lot of buckets for you. But the thing is, he can't shoot. So you're going to want to put in a Ruby card that can shoot well. I'd say a good Ruby card that can shoot well. You guys can also use this Tracy McGrady at the beginning of the game. He doesn't have clamps, but he's 6'8", and that height advantage is going to make a huge difference. So, yeah, you guys could use him. You guys could put Dante DiVincenzo at shooting guard. And, yeah, he'll be really good for your team. This is a really good, backcourt right here. Or there's any shooting guard that has range extender, clamps, and quick first step, and is a Ruby. If you want to use a Sapphire, that's even better, because you're going to go up against some worse competition. So just letting you know, the worse your total team is overall, the worse people you're going to go against, and the better chance you have at winning every game. So that's why I use almost as many Ruby cards as I can. And if I can use a Sapphire, like here I have George Mirzon, I'm going to use him. Now for the bench, I'd say a bench point guard. I used to use Victor Oladipo, but that was before the new cards came out, Jarrett Culver and DiVincenzo. Now I'm going to be using, DiVincenzo at the bench point guard position because he's really good. The newer cards have the upper hand on all of the older ones. 7 Hall of Fame badges on a Ruby compared to just 10 gold is really good. Lance Stevenson, he's always going to be one of the best budget cards in the game. You guys can compare him to like Vince Carter, Michael Jordan, Brandon Roy. He's really, really that good. 38 gold badges, 9 Hall of Fame. He has quick first step Hall of Fame. He has clamps Hall of Fame. And yeah, he got range extender. He got dimer. I think he has defensive leader. He has range extender. He has floor general. I don't know if he has defensive leader, but yeah, this card is amazing right here. He can pull from super far. Really good animations. He can dunk. He can shoot. He can do almost everything. Now, small forward and power forward, you guys can use. If you don't want to use these new amethysts, you're going to go up against better people if you do. Some options for rubies are this. Where is he? This Charles Oakley right here is really, really good. He's 6'9", so a little shorter. He only has 4 Hall of Fame badges and 20 gold. That's why I have Jahlil Okafor, because I'm pretty sure there's no amethyst with better Hall of Fame badges. You're only going to have to go up against someone with a diamond. And for someone to have really good cards and match up with this team, they're not going to have a bench lineup. So this is probably the best lineup for the price, for the overall, where there's really no weakness right here. And like the star of your team is going to be whatever diamond you choose. You guys can have Matthijs Bull. I also have Terrence Ross right here, but he doesn't have clamps. Matthijs Bull, he's going to lock up. And when you have a card that's really good on defense and he's going up against the lower tier cards like rubies, amethysts, that's when he's really going to shine, because they're really not going to be able to score on him at all. You guys could also use Joe Harris. I have him. If you want to put in a pink diamond, I mean, do it if you really feel comfortable with that card, but it's going to boost your team overall up by a lot. And then when you do that, you're going to match up with similar cards. So I would say just use at least 1 diamond. If you're going to use some amethyst cards, don't use more than you could fit in your starting lineup. So I'd say an amethyst starting lineup, 1 diamond, and rubies everywhere. But for your center, always have a George Mirzon on your team, because he is the most used budget center or 12-0 center in the game. Shaquille O'Neal is the second most used, and he's really good. He's probably just as good, almost just as good as the, I think, Pink Diamond and Galaxy Opal Shaquille O'Neal, because just his player build is amazing. He has 10 Hall of Fame badges, defensive leader, clamps on gold. Yeah, he's really good. But that's gonna be it for this video. I'm not gonna show you guys game footage. If you want to see game footage, then yeah, I'm gonna do that if you guys leave a lot of likes on this video. If you guys comment down if you want to see some game footage. Also, one more thing I forgot to say. you want to have a really good coach. A lot of people do not really look at this, but your coach can make the difference in the game. If you go up against someone with the same team, let's just say your players are going to be better because of your coach. Because of my coach boost, all these players are going to get +5 in 6 different attributes. That's +30 overall to their attributes, and it's going to be balanced out with Steve Kerr, which is the best coach in the game. There's also a Mike Malone. I made a video on coaches, so just go check that out. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. It was constant. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Good luck going 12-0. And yeah, leave a like on this video if you want to see gameplay on, how to play, the best way to play with a team like this. But yeah, peace.